Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Beta. Okay, so I'm sharing that document in your class material, which is your syllabus. Okay, so you can open that also. Now, can you see the document? In files, go to the files.
Yes, ma'am.
There you will be able to see the files which I have uploaded, which is your
I
syllabus.
can see a
Empty.
folder, but the folder is empty.
Uh-huh.
The folder is empty.
I can see a folder named
Uh-huh.
class material, but the folder
Yes,
is
And that
ma'am.
empty.
folder is
It's
empty.
empty.
Okay, okay. Wait. Don't worry. Don't panic. Now check.
We have the syllabus now.
You have the
Yes, ma'am.
syllabus,
Have it.
Yes,
and
yes.
the PPT which I have, which I am teaching right now, I have uploaded that also. Okay, can you see that
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, where?
in that class material file itself? Check that. Refresh that because just now I have uploaded, so you need to refresh it.
Yes.
Now is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I will be uploading
Yes.
all my e-content in your MS Team as well as in LMS also. Fine, but the recording which are there, which we are the lecture which we are doing conducting right now, those recording will be available only for 20 days. Okay, so I'll try to upload maximum PPTs in that also. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Means these files that you have uploaded
No, no,
right
no, no.
now.
That will be available for throughout the semester. But the
Okay.
recording, for example, right now I'm doing the recording of this lecture, so that will be available in your MS Team only for 20 days. So that will be again uploaded on your LMS also. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you please tell where we can find them again?
Files beta.
Um, LMS.
In not in LMS. Right now I have uploaded in my MS Team.
Oh,
Go
okay.
to MS Team. In MS Team, go to your files. Okay. Because in LMS there is a limit of the attachment, so I will be uploading both the files in your MS Team as well as at LMS also. Okay.
Oh,
Will
oh.
this be available on LMS?
Yes, this will also be available. Sparsh, please mute your microphone beta. Thank you. So as you are asking about the books, so in your syllabus some textbooks and references has been given. So as you can see from the syllabus aspect, there are 5 modules which we have already seen when we have discussed the complete lesson plan. There is a book by Yashwant Kanetkar, which is Let Us See, widely used, widely recommended if you wanted to learn programming and error debugging and error corrections. And most of the interview question from C comes from Yashwant Kanetkar itself, because that book is structured in a way. First, some key point has been discussed as a theoretical aspect, and then they have questions based on MCQs itself. Okay, and those questions are programming based also, concept based also, some error conditions are there. So we will be referring that book also whenever we'll start with the programming concept of it. Then we will definitely doing lots of exercises from that part. Then there is a book by Gottfried book is there, which is programming with C. widely recommended if you wanted to go into the internal aspect of C programming and you wanted to learn interrupts, pointers. It is by Gottfried, Gottfried, which is programming with C. It is a Shom series, you can say series is there. Lots of versions are also available. It is under McGraw Hill publisher. Okay, and this book requires a little bit understanding of programming concept. Then you will be able to relate it in a very good way. But to start with programming, to start with the concept building and to learn with the programming concept, there are two very good books which is available by Indian author, which is E. Balaguruswamy, Programming in NSIC, and this touch each and every aspect of C programming, internal as well as its theoretical aspect, as well as its programming arts aspect. Very small program also has been discussed into that. So you can start with E. Balaguruswamy also, and there is a book by Herbert Shield, which is complete reference, kind of a red book and block book concept we are having. So that is also being widely used, but complete reference, you should start with complete reference when you have knowledge of programming. Okay, but what I'll recommend, to start with you should go for Ibala Goswami, and once you start doing programming and you start doing your lab exercises and error handling, then take Yashwant Kanetkar, start with the Yashwant Kanetkar, and I will be uploading whatever ebook is available with me of out of it, because I'll try to take maximum book uh, to upload for you. But whatever solutions or whatever e-content I need to provide, I will be giving you that also. And one more thing, whenever I will be referring any extra material, for that I will be providing you e-content for that. And most of the time I provide my notes in question answer format itself, so that you can relate what kind of question can come in exam and what kind of things you need to prepare. So some e-content which is a theoretical concept will be given to you, as well as some elaboration with in the form of question answer format. Now am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Resume,
and and don't worry about the material.
resume,
Yes beta, yes bolo.
ma'am. First, Ibala Goswami.
Beta, I'm not able to hear you
First,
here.
I have to buy Ibala Goswami.
uh,
Am I audible?
Yes, yes. Kushal, right now, don't buy any book right now. First, I'll send you some of the e-copy to you. Fine. And look at those books, those chapters. Fine. And whatever suits to your requirement. Because there are lot many flavors, lot many things are available. But what's true to your requirement? Okay, I'm able to understand this book, but I'm not able to clear with these many concepts. Or एक होता है, flow of the book is also there, which is very much important when you read some book. Like this flow is very much easy and understandable. So first see the content which I'll provide you, and if you think you wanted to purchase, then purchase that book. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
And maximum I'll try to provide you as a e-copy itself. Okay. And whatever extra thing I will be covering, for that I am preparing all those documents and I'll provide you as a handouts to you. Okay. For that you can take printout also, and printout से आप उनको पढ़ सकते हो. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Any
Thank you.
other doubt, any other question to anyone?
And
Now
which
now
reference book you provide? Name of the reference book you say?
I told you three books into that. Right? One of them is Complete Reference, which is by Herbert Shield. Okay. And Complete Reference, it's like a complete black book is there for that. Then you have this Programming in NSIC by E. Balaguruswamy, which is being widely used by the student, because it is very it is written in a way that we have it to read. That first some concept should be there, then some program should be there with certain examples. Then it is a very it's like a cakewalk when you start doing the programming. But for error handling, for inside or in-depth knowledge of programming in C, I should recommend that you should go for Yashwant Kanetkar. But first do some lab exercises, clear your concept, clear your control structure, construct what all is there in C. Then proceed with the Yashwant Kanetkar. Fine. And there is a book which I told you that Dennis Ritchie, who is the founder of C programming language, so there is a book by Dennis Ritchie which is C preprocessor or C programming language. उसके बहुत सारे editions हैं and maximum interview question uh, which came across in your 7th semester when you go for the placement process is being asked from Dennis Ritchie itself. And Dennis Ritchie का एक fact भी बहुत widely purchased fact है and it is easily available online also by Dennis Ritchie, which is frequently asked question, and those questions will be picked for interview also. Fine. So all those combinations I'll provide you once we will proceed with the C programming aspect. Okay. And these all books has been written in your syllabus also. Okay. So don't panic, don't worry about that, and that will be provided to you. Any other doubt? Any other question regarding the syllabus to anyone? So shall we proceed with the lecture?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And this PPT also I have uploaded today in your class material, so you can refer that also. And once I'll finish with this elaboration, I'll provide you a complete elaborative topic wise I'll provide you handout also, which has a complete description of whatever slides we are referring right now. Okay. Why it is adding into this? My slide is visible or not?
Ma'am, visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Visible.
It's visible.
Wait a minute. So we started with the any student who has joined today itself. I think most of you have earlier attended my lecture. So just let me go through what all we have discussed in.
I missed two classes on the first.
What's your name, Sudhanshu?
I'm Hiren.
Hiren. Okay, yeah. So, Hiren, in previous lectures, there was a lab of 2 hours. So, in that also we have discussed some flow of the syllabus, and we have discussed how assessment will be done. So, again, I'll go through very quickly. So, these are basically your 3 credit course. You will be having 2 lecture, and there will be a lab of 2 hours, and we'll be doing that lab in online mode. I'll give you some demonstration of online compilers which are available. And first, I will give you the demonstration of the concept, and then you can try out on those online compilers. 3 compilers on 3 utilities. I'll show you the demonstrations how to proceed with the lab. So on Monday, when we'll be having the lab, I'll show you the demonstration, and whatever suits to your requirement, you can go ahead with that solution. Okay, so basically why we are learning, so basically we want to be familiar with the C programming language and its construct, and we should have that much of understanding that if we wanted to do some kind of a small project in C, we should be able to do that, do that. So accordingly, those 5 modules have been structured. First module is only talking about the internals of your computer and what exactly is computer, what are internal parts are there, what is the difference between system software and application software, how do we represent data internally. So all those things we'll be studying in the first module. Then in second module we'll be starting with the programming in C concept, and in that we will be learning from the very basics how to declare variable, what exactly we mean by C programming, structure kya hai, how you will be executing, and what all operators and support is available. So all those things we'll be studying when we go for this second module. Fine. And then we are having third module again, continuing with the programming itself, where we'll be doing C statements and the constructs. Lots of constructs are available, and this is the core area where you have your logical building skills. And in basically in BTech interviewing skill, these logical based questions definitely being asked. No one is going to give you a huge algorithm based on AI or something. They will definitely check first the logical reasoning or logical logic building that you are having, and that is basically being checked with the help of C, C++, Java, or Python. So this particular unit, which is module 3, is very much important, and lots of exercise will be doing in module 3. And then module 4 is specific to C, arrays and functions. Then in module 5, we'll be having advanced features, lots of latest features of C programming, and what all we can do with C pointers, how we'll play with the memory, what types of pointers are available, and why we are having this pointer concept. What is the difference between a structure and union, which is taking you towards a data structure of C, and then how you can have those data structure which is being saved or persisted into the memory. All those concepts we'll be studying in the module 5, and then we'll study the file handling part also. And once you will complete with all those things, you'll be able to do small execution of some kind of project which is already available, or you can build it from the very scratch. As far as your assessment is concerned, so your assessment will be having 40 marks, which is internal, and 60 marks will be there for your end term examination, and you will be having 5 marks reserved for your attendance. So whatever lecture you are attending, for that definitely there is a weightage of attendance. Then there will be a class test of 15 marks. Your seniors is appearing for the test next week, and that test is completely MCQ based, and syllabus has been covered and has been discussed with all the student, and there is a MCQ which has been structured for them of 1 hour, and centrally they will be appearing for that test. Similar kind of exercise will be there for you people also, where you will be having a sessional, mostly that till that time your two units will be covered, so accordingly your test will be planned. And then there will be a home assignment, which is a question answer based exercise. You will be given certain question within a time period, you will be submitting, and those will be evaluated out of 10 marks. And at the end of the semester we have one quiz, where we will be asking some of the question which is from all the modules, and the for that you will be having a weightage of 10 marks that will be there for theory as well as for your lab part. So this is how we will be doing the internal assessment for theory as well as lab. And we started with this C programming, or you can say your first lecture of computer science, which is introduction to computer. So what exactly we mean by computer? So we all know that we are totally dependent upon this device, which is an integral part of our day-to-day life. Without a computer you cannot do anything right now. With your smartphone, with the computer, everything is possible and is at your end with the help of this particular computing device, which is computer. So we have studied about all those things, and already you people are aware of all these things. You must have studied that this comprises of three major component, which is input, then you have output, then you have, within that you will be having your processing unit. And this is actually talking about the basic idea how your computer behaves. So in that input you have lots of device support. Through that you will be entering your input. So major role playing, or you can say widely used input devices, is your keyboard and mouse. Other than that, we have a huge category of input also, as well as for output. And there is a processing unit which is processing your input. For example, right now uh, I'm speaking through my microphone, and that particular input is available to you. But what if there is a issue with my sound card? What if there is a issue with my system? That input won't be available to you. So there are a lot many things which are there, which is taking this input, which is processing this input, and further is being given to you as an output. So we have a complete process, and we will be passing certain raw facts and figures, because this device only understand in binary 0 and 1. So we should have certain you can say component available which does this task, because whatever I'm speaking, I'm visible to you, I'm audible to you, and these two things are basically your input, which you are getting. So there should be some mechanism which is converting all these things, and remotely you will be able to see me, remotely you will be able to attend my lecture. So that kind of, this MS team is giving us that kind of solution, and which is nothing but a software which is there, and this software is taking, grabbing this input and converting it in a way that it is available to you also. And at the same time, if you see, there are 46, 47 participants who is listening to this particular lecture. So this is how your complete mechanism will be there. This is how your computer is working. There are lot many processes which are involved. So basically, if you see, there are major three components, which is input, and there is output, and there is processing. But how we will be doing that? So there is a CPU which is available in your system, and you majorly call that as a motherboard. That you will be having certain kinds of a controlling unit into that. You will be having arithmetic and logical unit. You will be having certain memory which is providing you all those aspects. So all these things are there within your computer. So in previous lecture we have discussed all those input devices, what all input devices are available. So as you can see, these are the huge variety of input devices which can be connected to your system, and through that you will be taking certain inputs, or you are giving certain inputs to your system. But how that input will be converted, or how that input will be processed, there should be certain process for that. So that will be your CPU, which is taking care of all that thing. And we have seen this huge category of output devices also. Majorly we take that output as a your desktop, your monitor, your screen, your printer, where you are printing the output. But there can be other than this, like your projector, your plotters are there, variety of printers are there where you will be printing. So that will be basically a output device. But other than that, we have a huge you can say block diagram which is there. Through that, this complete process is being achieved with the help of this kind of processing, where you will be having CPU which has ALU, have lots of types of registers will be there. Some memory is there, which can be your primary memory or secondary memory. There can be a process which is giving all those types of instruction. So we will be starting with all those things in very much detail today itself. So basically till now we have only seen this diagram, that if my computer is working, so I'm having my input device, I'm writing something, I'm typing something on my keyboard. I am having my pointing device as my uh, mouse is there, and then certain kind of output is being redirected. But how it is being done, this is being done with the help of a CPU, or you can call that CPU as a motherboard, which has all these types of units which are there. So now we will be unfolding all these components in very much detail. What exactly we mean by this memory, what is the role of those memory, and some key features of all those units which are there, we will study in very much detail. Any doubt to anyone till now? So this is just a brush of whatever we did till now. Now we will proceed with the uh, complete elaboration. Any doubt to anyone till now?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No issues?
No, ma'am.
Any question, any elaboration till now, whatever slides till now I have discussed, because then I'll be starting with the complete elaboration of internal aspect of it, and then the huge category of memory also. Okay, so if you have anything in your mind, to definitely ask. Okay. Okay, so if you see this CPU, which is basically your processing unit, It is basically just like a brain of computer, and it is basically responsible for all type of functions and all type of processes which are there. And it is a, you can say it is a major component of your computer. If your motherboard has some issue, then your computer is nothing, it won't work, because that is the major thing which is the functional unit of the complete system. And if you see this cpu comprises of two major components, which is arithmetic logical unit, and another one is your controlling unit. Why we are saying this arithmetic logical unit? Because what you do on your computer, you do certain kinds of permutation and combination, you do certain addition, you do subtraction, multiplication. Majorly, when this binary form is there, we apply only these types of operations, or we do certain logical operations, like we compare, we do compare numbers, we can compare letters, we can compare special characters, because that is the thing which is coming as an input. So this ALU is basically comprises of all those things which provide you to handle these kinds of arithmetic and logical operation. And if you see this ALU comprises of lots of types of gates, which is AND gate, NOR gate, XOR gate. Lots of gates will be available. Registers are available. Lots of transistors are available, which form this kind of ALU. Then we are having this control unit. Controlling is something to, it's like coordinating among the computer components. And whenever we are working with the computer, it is always in terms of instructions. Whenever you download any of the software, you check whether instruction size is 64-bit, whether it is 128-bit, what kind of support 32-bit system hai, 64-bit system hai, because that is the size of instruction. That is the size of instruction which is passed to do certain tasks. तो अगर आप देखेंगे जब भी आप कुछ डाउनलोड करते हो, you first check your system configuration, whether it is 32-bit, whether it is 64-bit. Accordingly you download, because that is the size of instruction which should be compatible enough, and that is the size of instruction which is being sent to this ALU, or which is being sent to this control unit, and it is being read by that particular you can say counter, or you can say control unit. So this particular computer or this machine is working with the help of only instructions, with the help of certain commands, fine. And those commands or those instruction is basically your instruction which is being read by this control unit. It first read that instruction and check what is the next instruction which should be executed. देखो जब आप एक प्रोग्राम लिखते हो, whenever you do, अभी जैसे हमने अब इस लेक्चर के लिए है, there is a schedule which is being given to you, that there is a timetable, and this slot is being reserved for introduction to computer. So there is a sequence of steps, like I'm saying that we will be uploading all those document in LMS, or we'll be uploading, because there is a certain step which has to be followed, and those steps are again recommended by this computer also. Whenever you wanted to do certain thing, whenever you wanted to do certain task on your computer, those instructions should be read, and those instruction is structured in a way that is a sequential structure. So who is controlling that? That control unit will be controlling, like first it will read the first instruction, it check what is the next instruction, and if that instruction requires certain memory to be read. For example, when you start your system, you get your desktop screen, you put your credential as login and password. Once you save it, you get another screen which is all your program which are there. And when you start clicking on that, okay, fine, I need to open this document. So opening that document requires where exactly you have that file. So that means your instruction is communicating with certain memory area also, where exactly you have saved. And suppose you haven't saved that particular file, so that file won't be available. What you do, you go for the recovery option. Okay, whether I did auto save or not, or it is available in temporary file or not, you start recovering that data. Who will do all those things? This particular control unit is handling all those type of instruction. And for that instruction, there are not many components which are available, like registers. Register is the faster access to read your memory. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अभी आप मेरी क्लास में इस वक्त 48 स्टूडेंट हैं, 47 स्टूडेंट्स हैं. I need to check who has joined today, who has not. The major thing is either I call randomly each and every student, or simply I call one register where I have all the entries, and I can simply check. Okay, you were not there in my previous lecture, because that is the area where I have already sorted my data, where I have already arranged my data, and I have given names also, your enrollment number also. Similarly, we have registers in memory also for faster access of memory. And definitely in computer unit, or you can say in CPU, there are a lot many registers which are for faster access of data. And those are basically to take some memory area, you will be reading some memory area, putting that data as a temporary you can say resource, and making it available for person to read it. But when you start committing data, you are making certain changes, you are updating your document, and then you are saving it. That will be a persistent storage. Am I clear with the CPU or this processing part?
Excuse
Yes.
ma'am.
Yeah, beta.
Ma'am,
Mm-hmm. Pucho?
registers occupies a separate area in memory or they are a separate memory?
Beta, there are a lot many types of memory. I'm coming to that particular point, but how they will be functional, we will see that in detail. Okay. This right now registers, you can see it is a memory area which is for very fast access. Okay, but that clear demarcation we'll see in detail right now. Okay.
Okay ma'am.
Any other doubt to anyone? So these things, control unit, I told you that it is basically to sequentially access your instructions, and instruction size is already dependent on your machine, whether you have taken a 64-bit machine or 32-bit processor is available. Accordingly, those instruction size will be read or written to the memory area. And then we are having this ALU, which is your arithmetic and logical unit, where you will be having all those kinds of operations as addition, multiplication, division. And if you see, majorly with your binary representation, you have those logical operations and arithmetical operation itself. Now I'm coming to the memory area. So in memory, we have clear demarcation of memory with the help of primary memory and with the help of secondary memory. And if you see this primary memory is further divided into RAM, and another concept is there which is for ROM, which is read-only memory and random access memory. These are the two major primary memory which are there for your complete process, or you can say complete memory process, which is there when instruction is being read or when instruction is being recorded or being executed. These two memory area will play a role. Now, these ROM and these RAM also has a huge demarcation. When we'll proceed with the lectures, we'll see that categorization also. This random access memory is a memory uh, where your computer system is responsible for storing data on temporary basis. For example, if you are opening something, if you have opened some document and you are doing something without saving, so you have certain process which is executing, and that process is supporting but that particular RAM. और आपको अगर बताओ, अगर आप कुछ पाइथन पे काम कर रहे हो, if you are learning Python or if you are into the operating system, the first thing is you check for the RAM. What is the support of RAM which is available, and what kind of configuration I can have supported on my machine, because that is basically for temporary accessing all those area. एंड जितना ज़्यादा आपका रैम होगा उतना ही आपका सिस्टम फास्ट। हम बोलते हैं ना कि ओके हम डुअल कोर पे जाएंगे, हम ऑक्टा कोर पे जाएंगे, बट फॉर दैट processor, that RAM is also playing a very important role, because अगर आपने processing speed, instruction size तो बड़ा कर दिया और RAM को अगर आप नहीं increase कर रहे हो, then that will be a bottleneck for you. Then there is a read only memory, which is a permanent form of storage and which is there for your BIOS operation, which is basic input output operation. And this has a very limited capacity of memory, and it has only instruction to boot your system and to start your operating system. See, without operating system, my system is nothing. It is simply one hardware, right? And to use this hardware, I require one operating system to be installed, because above my operating system, I'm having my software, I'm having my interaction with the system. So without this operating system, which can be Windows, which can be Linux, which can be any of the operating system can be there, to boot that particular thing. Like in previous lecture, I discussed about that post also, that there is a power on self-test, which we'll definitely discuss. This operation that first a signal sends to each and every area, and suppose your ROM is corrupted, or there is an issue with any of the hardware component. In that case, that particular signal has been sent. It's fine. This is the error that we are getting. Fine. So there is a complete, you can say, sequence which are there. Through that, your computer is going to be functional, and in that you will be having your primary memory, which is there to start your operating system. And when you are communicating with any of the process can be to start off with Excel. You are making one document, so you're writing something into that. So who is supporting that? Into that memory, some memory is there which is supporting your process and which is writing that. But that memory is volatile in nature, meaning once your system is switched off, that memory will be permanently erased. मीनिंग जो भी आपने टेम्परेरी फॉर्म में वहाँ पे रखा है वो सब इरेज हो जाएगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, जब भी आप एक डॉक्यूमेंट आपने सेव नहीं किया है, देर इज नो ऑटो सेव ऑप्शन, एंड यू somehow power supply has been is not there. In that case, you lost your data. Why? Because that is the thing. अभी क्या हो रहा है, अभी आपके पास ब्राउजर्स में ऑप्शन है where you can record previous history, you can go back to the previous configuration. But if you don't have that much of RAM supported, you cannot go for all those kind of things. And if you remember older systems, when you have desktop system, desktop application or desktop system, in that case that was the bottleneck. But with huge processor, with huge memory capability, now many more things have been added, and software is also upgraded according to that particular process, right? And then we have another concept, which is your secondary memory. Secondary memory is for permanent storage, where you are saving your document. It can be a hard drive, it can be your external drive, it can be your drive which is there for backup, it can be your CD-ROM, it can be a flash drive, it can be a optical disc which is there. So when we are writing some data on the hard drive and we are making it as a permanent storage, that will be your secondary memory. This primary memory, those register, is only to make that particular thing functional. जो हम बार बार ब्लॉक डायग्राम की बात कर रहे हैं, this is only to achieve this particular task. क्योंकि मेरे पास ALU है, मेरे पास RAM and ROM है, but how they will be connected, how those instructions will be sent to each and every device, and how those will be communicating. If you see, those registers again as a temporary storage is a part of your CPU, but that is other than this primary and secondary memory area, but that is only for picking up that instruction. See, instruction को भी तो read करने के लिए कहीं पे memory चाहिए ना, कि आप जब ये बोल रहे हो कि read this memory, execute this, update this, so all those things should go into some memory area, and that memory area, which is a temporary one, is your register. Clear? So we will study all those things in very much detail in next lecture. Clear distinction between RAM and ROM, and then we'll see difference between RAM and hard drive. We'll see the difference with the complete block diagram. We'll see the complete execution path and what exactly we mean by power on self test, and उसके test से आप क्या notify करोगे. All those things will be covered in next lecture. We'll see all those things in very much detail, and in lab we will be doing one you can say exercise where we'll see the compiler part, so that you can start with very small exercise, and you can make your credential if you wanted to go for online compiler. Am I clear? Any doubt to anyone till now?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Am I going too fast?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No?
No, ma'am.
See, if you find that I'm going too fast or it is not at all clear to you, please stop me then and there itself, okay? If anything is not at all clear to you, I will revise all those things. But things should be clear to you, okay? That is the major aspect of this particular online session, okay? So if you face any difficulty, any issues, do let me know. Fine? Okay, so now let's start with your it's already And see, right now I've started this recording of this lecture. So recording of this lecture is also available in your MS Team. Where you see the general window, that recording is available, but that recording is only available for 20 days. So what I'll do, I'll download these, you can say this recording and upload on your LMS also. And for your end, you can also download it if you wanted to refer it afterwards. Clear?